Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday, August 9th, 2023. Let's go ahead and do a quick review for yesterday so we could get into our pre-market for this morning. So if you recall, yesterday it was what we said: if the market could hold above the low of the overnight session and the lows of the day before there, then we had some decent clues that there could be follow through for the bulls, right? And so what happened? Market opened and we just started selling off, right? It held below the 200 moving average. In fact, there were two really nice holds just a couple minutes after the open there. Came down, got below the low of the day before, got down below the low of the overnight session. And so all of those bullish potentials that we saw starting to build up on, I think, on the 4-hour and maybe seeing a potential on the daily, they were done with, right? And the market came down and, interestingly enough, found just a little bit of support here right around the scaffolding area. But then the bears held it right below the 200. The bulls tried to bounce. Bears continued to hold it below the 200 moving average. And then for a little while, it went sideways here. And interestingly enough, instead of holding the scaffolding from the top end, the market then held below the scaffolding here for quite a while. And it came up nearly to the tick on one test, a break by 2 or 3 ticks, another test, a break by 2 or 3 ticks here on the first test as it was just failing down. Again, coming down off the 200. Beautiful opportunity on that first tag. Just missed it on the second. Beautiful opportunity on the third and the fourth. And then after, about an hour of sideways price action, they started to bring it back up higher. And notice what happened again, just like I say, just like you're at the bowling alley and you have the bumpers up on the sides of the lane there, and it's just going back and forth, bam, ping, right to the VWAP. Then it holds the scaffolding on the top end with the 200. Okay, has a little trouble. Pings out, gets above the low of the day before there, and then we hold the 200. And this is the great thing about yesterday. If you had trouble in the morning, the whole afternoon we just got beautiful holds, and I'm gonna erase that. Beautiful holds right off the 200 moving average. There's your first, there's your second, there's your third, there's your fourth, there's your fifth. I mean, I don't know how many times we to the tick held the 200 here to come all the way back up. Came back up into the scaffolding here, had some trouble, and then continued to push. And what do you know? What was the high of the day? This pocket up here that we highlighted and said we had a lot of things lining up right here. We had the holy orange power level and 50% of the day before sitting within a tick of each other. And there's our scaffolding level just a couple ticks above it. And that's why I highlighted this area. I think there was even a retracement there in the morning before we pushed to new lows. And so we highlighted all that and said this would be a pretty strong area of resistance. And what do you know? They came to the tick, to the 50% level, pushed through, came nearly to the tick, to the scaffolding, and again, held this whole area within, even if you sold the bottom end of the area, never broke by more than 1 point. And then we held the scaffolding and pulled back into the close of the day. So some beautiful price action yesterday, some beautiful opportunities, and that brings us into the overnight session. And it looks like the bulls went ahead and popped things right back up after they pulled back here at the end of the day. So going into Globex, the bulls came back in, and I don't know, I feel like I tell you guys this every single morning. Market pulled back right to the VWAP, for two beautiful opportunities as the Globex session got started last night. I think that was even, and I haven't really looked at this here this morning, but basically a 50% retrace to the tick there on that first pullback. So we had 50% retracement and the VWAP sitting right there. And then on the second one, came right to essentially the 61.8 and VWAP and got the second pop. So pretty awesome stuff there to catch in the beginning of the Globex session. And as we went through the overnight here, got a little choppy. Nothing too sexy going on. The Holy orange power level printed here right about this point here at 3 a.m. my time on the Pacific. And it held it, popped through, came back down, and then it's just been really choppy. So nothing too notable here in the last few minutes. And that brings us to this morning. So let's go ahead and jump up to the higher time frames